Okay, and I think we are recording. Okay, welcome everyone to our Simple Swaps Wednesday wellness topic today. I am so excited that I have Vinny today with me to help, navigate through this topic. I have been using essential oils and essential oil infused products for the last few years. And as I go through the different things that doTERRA offers, I notice that there's more and more I can swap out in my everyday life. And we're going to talk a little bit about, what that actually means. I'll let Vinny introduce herself as well.
I joined doTERRA 2 years ago with Munisha, and I wanted to change my lifestyle and my health. And I wanted to change, I thought by changing the products in my house, that would be a good start for me. So she had suggested and made some recommendations of what I can use around my house and the simple swaps I can do. So slowly I started changing things in my home, and it helped a lot. So with the essential oils, what it does is, but it's such a small amount, it makes a big difference. So whether you're using it for a cleaning purpose or it goes a long ways. You can use it for diffuse in a diffuser, so many ways you can use it. So I love it, and I think it's really made a big impact in my life.
Love it. I'm so glad you said yes, Vinny. That's how I feel like I'm so glad I said yes, to trying these. So okay, let's we have a little bit of a presentation. The first thing I just always like to talk about is like what is a toxin? When we talk about this toxin-free living, like what does that mean? So really a toxin is anything that puts an undue stress on our body. And when we're talking about stress, it could be something that, we're not noticing right away. So as we use these toxic products over and over, that sum of all the substances is what gives us a toxic load on our body, and it burdens our body systems. It burdens the vital organs. It messes with our mind. It just works on our body from head to toe. And so we really want to be conscious with what we are putting, how many toxins we're exposed to. And I always like to think, out in the world, we can only control our environment so much. We have to go out, we have to go to work, to school, to shopping, wherever we need to go. But inside our home, that's where we can control it. So we need to start inside our home. We need to make it, the least toxic that it can be. So I think we'll just get started. And, I have some different rooms here. We're going to talk about some different rooms. So first, the laundry room. Vinny, do you want to start us off with the laundry room and how we can use some of these products?
Yeah, I started using the Abode laundry pods, which I absolutely love. It has a citrus smell, it's very fresh, and you get 45 pods in a bag. And what I love about it is just like it just cleans everything really well. And you don't have to clean it twice. Once it comes out, it's nice and fresh. And there's no toxic ingredients in it. It's all clean with all these special essential oils and just with that citrus smell. So it has, like let me see, I'm looking into the ingredients. So it has like lemon peel, it has litsea, cassia, eucalyptus oil, cilantro, so just lemon myrtle oil. So all these fresh ingredients just makes it all smelling nice and clean.
I
I
love.
also use the On Guard laundry detergent. My daughter actually loves that. And that has a different kind of scent. It's more like a eucalyptus clove scent, cinnamon scent. So that works out really well with cleaning all the clothes. It's nice and fresh. So,
I love
and
that.
also I use a purify cleansing blend, and I use that for in the diffuser and also when I'm cleaning surfaces. So that also helps clean and, just smells nice and fresh. And as for the Serenity, sometimes I'll use that on the linen spray as a linen spray. And I actually use it on my the laundry, what is the balls that we have. So I just put a little bit of drops of the Serenity in that and put that in the dryer. And then I just dry, instead of using the harsh chemical sheets, I just use the laundry balls. And that really helps lift up all the clothes and kind of freshens everything up as it's drying.
Yeah, I love that. I love my laundry balls. And you can always change the scent, right? Like so sometimes I have lavender, sometimes I have
Hmm.
Purify. Serenity is another great one. Because, the
Hmm.
dryer sheets, they go, as they're turning around with our clothes, the toxins from the dryer sheets are getting on our clothes. And when they
Right.
get on our clothes and then we wear those clothes, they're getting onto our skin and they're getting into our body. So
Hmm.
this is just such a simple way. And I will say, the dryer sheets, I'm literally swapping. So I don't have to buy dryer sheets anymore. I mean,
Right.
it's so easy and so sustainable to have these dryer balls. My kids use them. They actually have a lot of fun throwing them into the dryer when they're putting their clothes in. So, um, yeah, I absolutely love that we can swap out in our laundry room like so easily. And again, laundry pods or liquid detergent, whichever one, try them both. Um, if you have an account already, you can just go onto your account and order. If you don't have it, we can help you get your account. But, try them and see which one actually, maybe you like better in your laundry machine, or maybe you like the scent of better, or change around. So I love our laundry room options.
Yeah.
The next room we are going to is the kitchen. So these are the two big rooms, right? So I'll just start us off here. Um, you can really swap out things you use in the kitchen. I mean, it seems overwhelming at first, but one step at a time. I love dish soap. So here we're showing the Abode dish soap. This was the Abode line was launched, I want to say a few months ago, or maybe like 6 months ago. I can't remember now, maybe some months ago, or maybe a year ago. But it's basically a blend that will help fight bacterias, will clean products, will, give you that clean, fresh scent, as Vinny said. It's just really, really like a very clean way to use in the kitchen. We also have a multi-surface cleaner. And then, of course, we have the dish pods for the dishwasher. You can also use On Guard. We have a great On Guard cleaning concentrate, and you can make a multi-surface cleaner with that. So again, between the On Guard and the Abode, you can kind of customize even your experience within this natural based products. One thing always to remember too is when we go out into the marketplace and we see things that say that they're green, or green cleaning, a lot of times they're what we call green washed. So, I mean, it's saying that, but then when you look at the ingredients, it's not necessarily as clean as you can actually get. And when you're using essential oil infused products, um, you're really going back to the source. So, if there's eucalyptus in there, it's like literally eucalyptus from the eucalyptus tree, right? It's just that natural. And then, of course, a diffuser. I mean, using a diffuser all the time in the kitchen is great, even when you're cooking. For those aromas, you can put in a citrus, you can use things like Abode all day long. And it's going to do two things. It's going to purify the air for sure, right? It's going to come into the air, purify the air in the kitchen, but it also gives us that mental aromatherapy. And I mean, I love, it's not that I don't love the kitchen, but imagine walking into your kitchen every time and just feeling so, I don't know, just really at peace and feeling so like you want to be in that space. Vinny, what are your favorite kitchen?
I use
Kitchen?
all of them. I use the dish soap. I use my favorite is the multi-surface cleaner.
Yeah,
And I use that on everything. I can use it on I use it on my granite. Actually, it actually works really well. And all the other, like in the bathroom, on the tile, on the glass. So everything, it's just a multi-purpose cleaner. It does really
yeah,
well.
yeah.
So
And
it works for me. Yeah.
and one of the things I remember when this was launched, was that doTERRA was really looking for a nice aesthetically pleasing look as well. So when you look at these bottles, you can actually get the bottles. They feel good, clean. They're good quality bottles. So if you're ordering this, go ahead and throw the bottles into your cart as well, so you can use the products. The other thing is that I was going to say something else about that. There are a couple more products in this line, right? There's the hand soap as well. So there's also a hand wash. So you can also keep that on your kitchen counter. And yeah, I think the kitchen is a great place to swap. So easy.
Yeah.
We go, yeah,
The dishwasher pods work pretty well too.
good. Yeah,
So, so when it feels good when you're cooking and then you're cleaning and then you're using the natural ingredients, cleaning the products with your plates and your glasses and you're using them. At least
yeah,
whatever you're putting in your mouth is a cleaner product. It's not like toxins full of other different detergents that you're using,
yeah,
with a lot of chemicals. So
absolutely. And again, simple
better.
swap, just a simple swap. It's online shopping.
Hmm.
to get things into your kitchen. Swap it out. You're probably buying them somewhere else, and
Exactly. That's
not
all. Yeah.
thinking about
Simple
them.
swap.
It's, yeah, we're just asking you to just make a few little tweaks to lessen that toxic burden on the body. So again, like, okay, so yeah, we talked about kind of the laundry room and the kitchen. Let's talk about personal care products. Personal care products are largely unregulated. So the problem with this is that we use a lot of personal products on a daily basis. Right here it says on the average, women use 12 personal care products a day, exposing themselves to 168 chemical ingredients. That's so much. We
Hmm.
don't even realize it. And we've been doing this for years, for decades, right? So
Right.
you know, anytime we can start making that change, it's going to make a difference. It says men use 6 personal care products. I guess women use twice as many as men, I guess is what they're saying. So again, whatever we put onto our body, it gets absorbed into the bloodstream. So this is why this conversation is just so important. And if you have kids at home, it like doubles the need for this, right? So you've got your little kids who are young and their bodies are young, and every toxin is going to affect them more than even it affects as you get older. So important as they're in the home with you. So I'm going to switch to the next room. We are talking about the bathroom. What should we start with? Vinny, you want to go ahead and start with the bathroom?
Well, I use the On Guard toothpaste and the mouthwash. I just started using that. And it's a little different than your regular, Colgate, right? So you have to get used to the flavor, but it's actually pretty good. It's like the clove and the cinnamon, tea tree oil, like whatever they put in the product. I mean, it's pretty good and it keeps your teeth nice and white. So I use that and I use the mouthwash and
Yeah.
I like that a lot. It
Yeah.
works really well.
Yeah.
And
And this is a fluoride-free toothpaste,
mhm.
which is better for our teeth. Also, if you use this, like I've been using this, and I don't know, every now and then I do run out. Like it happens to me, and I'm like in this lifestyle, but I run out of toothpaste. And I just use kind of maybe what's under my kitchen counter, like as an emergency or something like that, or use my son's because my son has not grabbed onto the whole toothpaste thing yet. It hasn't, he hasn't switched yet. We're working on him. But when I use his, I'm just like, oh, what is this? It's like brushing my teeth with sugar. It just feels
Yeah.
so bad. And he does the same when he runs out of his and he comes to me and uses it and he's like, oh, the On Guard. But I'm working on him, and I'm not going to say that it's all perfect, but we are getting
Yeah.
there, and that's just about the simple swaps. Um, again, hand lotion, hand wash. Again, that's the Abode, or actually, it's citrus bloom is what the scent they put in there. So it's a really nice
Yeah,
um,
it's a nice smell.
floral scent. Yeah, and then we have a couple of different options for the shampoo conditioner. So if you can see here, you're really kind of changing those everyday items in your home.
Yeah.
The
The
next
doTERRA
room,
shampoo is pretty good.
the doTERRA
The
shampoo,
shampoo and
yeah.
conditioner. Yeah.
Yeah, and they have a leave-in conditioner as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
some good
Mm-hmm.
options. It's also
Yeah.
great for colored hair. So I color my hair. If you color your hair,
Right.
it's not harsh. When I go to the hair salon, they don't say, what's been going on with your hair. They always like, oh, your hair's in great condition. And I do,
Right.
color my hair. So
Yeah. Same here. Same here. I
yeah.
color my hair and it seems like it's handling it pretty good. I like the
Yeah.
shampoo. It doesn't usually my hair gets really frizzy and really dry. So it's like really helped it a
Yeah.
lot.
Good. Yeah.
Maintained it. Yeah.
So here we're jumping into the personal care, like literally what we're putting on our face products. Um, I love this. This is probably one of my favorite topics and one of my favorite things to swap out because I know it's a lot of self-care. Like when I'm using these products, because of the aromatherapy, because I know they're clean products, I'm giving my body the self-care and the self-love. And I think at the end of the day, like I find that super powerful.
Mhm.
So here we're talking about some of our creams. We have an entire line of these essentials creams. Some of it's like really hydrating. We also have like an eye cream. There's a brightening cream. So there's definitely like a whole range of products with the essentials line. I like to add the yarrow palm oil into my cream just to give it an extra boost. I learned that from another leader. And I really like two things about it. First of all, I know it's doing great things for my skin, but I love the aroma of it. Like all of it just feels luxurious. Um, and then just swapping out some of the other things like the deodorant, the body wash. Deodorant is really like regular deodorant is really bad for us, especially if you're a woman watching this, it's really bad to put that deodorant on our glands and get into our lymph system. It's just not good for us. So I really urge you to start swapping. Takes a little bit of getting used to, I will say. Natural deodorant is different because it doesn't have the chemicals, so it's not as glidey onto the underarm. But over time, you kind of learn how to use it, and I just know that I'm doing really good things for my body in that way. Yeah. We also have the
So my,
hydrating. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So
We
for
all have
me,
so much to say.
I actually use the Virage skincare
I
line.
was hoping you were going to talk about the Virage. Yeah,
Yes, and I love it. I just love it. I love the Immortal Hydrating Serum. That's my favorite.
yeah.
The cleanser is fantastic. It's nice and leaves your skin nice and clean. And just knowing the fact that I'm using these products in my skin and it's going deep down into my cells, I just feel like it's just a really good product and it's cleaning my skin really well.
Yeah.
And it's hydrating my skin too, and putting these special oils in my skin and it just makes your skin luminous
Mm-hmm.
and shiny. And then just the aromatherapy part of it too, like the smells of it, it just kind of calms you down and relaxes you. So even when you do the skincare in the morning, then in the evening, it just relaxes you at the end after you're done cleaning your skin
Yeah. I mean, I
after your
used to kind of
routine.
hate washing my face. I used to, because I wear makeup and I'm like, oh, I know I have to wash my face before I go to bed and I have to do this whole routine. And, I did it, but I didn't really enjoy it. It was just kind of a thing I had to do. But I actually enjoy it now. Like, I love getting like the Immortelle, which is the one Vinny mentioned. It's in the Barrage skincare line. That's like a powerhouse of oils. It's like rose, lavender, helichrysum, frankincense, and there is one more. Hopefully I think of it. But these oils you put on your skin and it just feels so hydrating. So you can just roll them directly on your skin. And then of course we have things like the hydrating body mist. Oh gosh, if you haven't tried this, get a bottle of this and try it like after your shower. Oh
Mm-hmm.
my gosh, it's so luxurious. Like I wish someone could just spray it all over me, but of course I do it myself, but you just spray it on and it's kind of like a layer of a great scent and then giving your body that moisturizing. It's also a great gift to give, like the spa hydrating body mist, along with some of the other products like the detox mud mask, which is not on this graphic. Those are great gifts to give somebody. So, especially like if you're maybe it's like a bridal shower or it's a birthday or, Christmas
Mm-hmm.
or anything. I love to give those two as like a duo as a gift because I think they're just they're so personal, but so nice to use. Um, and then the perfume. So we have Passion Roller showing here as a personal fragrance. So again, perfumes, and we're going to talk about perfumes in a minute, but perfumes are so toxic for us. The traditional perfume that you get out in the marketplace, just full of toxins, and we don't want to be putting those on our pulse points and getting those into our system. So as you can slowly swap into using essential oils as a pure fume, you're going to be doing much, much better for your body. And I have some favorites that I like. I love the Rose Roller, Passion, Peace. I like the Emotions oils to use as a personal fragrance. Do you use any of
So
them? Any as
yeah, I use the Passion and I just got the Whisper and I love the Whisper
Ooh,
because
yeah.
it changes with your own chemistry. So, when you apply it, it's a very soft scent. So it's a very feminine, soft scent, and I really like that.
Yeah,
So,
love that.
yeah, that's one of
That
my favorites.
Yeah, that whisper.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a great one to talk about. It's like it adapts to your body. So it
Yeah.
adapts to each person's body
Hmm.
differently. So it's
Right.
definitely like a woman's oil and really
I
great.
changed my I changed my perfumes too because, as for Christmas gifts and birthday gifts, I used to get like, like different, well-known brands. I can't say the names here, but all these expensive perfumes. But I'm like, I just switched everything out. I took everything away from my bathroom and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try these new, like this new line and see how this works. And I absolutely love it because now I know I'm not putting toxins into my body.
Yeah.
and whatever I'm putting on is nice and pure and it's clean. And I feel good emotionally too. I feel good when I'm using them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it helps me. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're a hugger, like if you hug people when you see them and you're using all these oils, like they're also
Yeah.
getting the benefits. I've had so many people say, "Oh, you smell so good." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, and you're also feeling better because of what's in that oil. But I
Right.
love that. I love that
Right.
during meeting
Yeah.
people. I think the
Yeah.
next slide is talking to us a little bit more about yeah, cosmetic manufacturers. So, we don't have makeup here at doTERRA, but we're talking about kind of that baseline skincare. Um, so yeah, this is a really powerful slide because we're talking about the chemicals in products and then how they are linked to things like cancer, birth defects, reproductive harm. We also know that, they're really bad for hormones and just give us a lot of our body loaded up with toxins that we just don't want to have in our body, like the heavy metals. And I hate when I read this, but it like including arsenic, cadmium, lead, mercury, and nickel. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I don't want those in my body. Like, I don't, that's kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, definitely be really aware of what you put in your body. Let's see the next slide. Okay, now we're going to swap a little bit into the lifestyle slides. And, as with our team and with, kind of the whole holistic approach to our wellness, we talk a lot about two things. We talk about stress and we talk about sleep. So I'm going to highlight our stress and sleep and how we can use the oils to just simply swap out. Maybe this is not even a swap, but maybe it's an addition that that your body needs. First, stress. We know what stress does to our body. Stress wreaks havoc on everything. It changes our mood. It causes our physical body to get sick. And then it just it affects our relationships. All of that affects our relationships. So I really feel like, especially thinking in a holistic mind, like we're not looking at just ourselves and our body, but we also have to think of how we show up in the world. And this is where I think the stress, the sleep, these things come up. So here we're talking about stress, and what I can say is essential oils are amazing. The aromatherapy alone is amazing to combat those stressful feelings that come up through the day. We cannot get rid of stress itself as a thing, but what we want to do is learn how to manage the stress when it comes up. Um, I mean, we can lessen our stress maybe, but we're never going to get rid of it 100%. Like we do have to live out in the world and do things that are sometimes not what we want to do or hard to do or too much to do. So this is where we're going to use the oils. I'll talk about a couple. So adaptive, this is our calming blend. Here on this graphic, you will see adaptive as a capsule. The capsules are different from the oil. The oil is absolutely great as an oil to combat stress. You can use it in the diffuser, you can use it on the body. But if you want to use oils internally for stress, then you cannot use the adaptive oil. You need to get the adaptive capsules. The capsules are a little bit different in their makeup. And the biggest takeaway and positive of the capsules is that it has GABA in it. And GABA is a it quiets the neurotransmitters in our brain. So basically, like we want to say in super simple terms, it quiets the brain. And as we know, sometimes that's where our stress levels take us, right? We're just all over the place, don't even maybe know what's going on, but we know that we're just feeling out of sorts and we need to calm our brains down. Adaptive is a great capsule for that. I personally take it every morning. Just because I feel like, well, why not? I gotta get through the day, and I don't know what the day is going to give me, so I'm going to take one every morning. I take it with my LLV pack. Okay, maybe I'll talk about the yoga oils. We do have great yoga oils. So if you like to meditate or find quiet spaces, maybe write in a journal, which are all great stress management techniques. Maybe do some deep breathing. And maybe do some yoga. We have a 3-set blend of yoga oils and like align, arise, and anchor. So if you just think of those 3 things in kind of um, in a very like body way, they're all very important. So again, a great set to look into. Another great set to give out as a gift during the holidays. I mean, yoga oils, they're the small 5 ml bottles. They can just go into a purse. You can literally pull it out of your handbag or purse and just inhale it. put it on your pulse points. Another great way to just really relax the mind and body. Yeah. And then we have the emotional aromatherapy blends. And these are great. It's a set of 6. And what I love about the emotional aromatherapy blends is that they're super easy to use. So a brand new oil user can just grab it just based on what it's called. So there's cheer, motivate, console, forgive, passion, and peace. So these are the names of the blends. And they come in a roller as well as you can use them in the diffuser, but the rollers are so easy. So if you're just feeling like, oh, I have to get so much done today and I'm just not getting to it, pull out your Motivate. Roll it on your pulse points, maybe along your neck, and just inhale it from your roller. It's so easy to use. Or, maybe you're having a hard time and you're not able to process some things that have happened maybe lately in your life, then pull out your console, and use that. And, here's the thing, like we are going to go to survival techniques. We are going to have things happen in our life and we're going to have to find ways to deal with them. Essential oils is a tool. So I will always say we are not doctors and we are not psychologists and psychiatrists, but what we have here are tools to help you start supporting the emotions that you feel. And I really like that with those. And then oils in the diffuser. Vinny, you want to get us into that? How amazing that.
Yeah, I love the diffuser. I mean, I have one in my family room, one next to my nightstand, and one in the bathroom. So I use Purify in the morning. Like every morning I wake up, I put them, first thing in the morning, I set up my day. That's how I look at it. I get ready for the morning, but I definitely, before I take a shower, I set up my day, have my diffusers going on. So when I come down, we're good to go throughout the day. At night, I use a Serenity. I'll use lavender so I can go to sleep. I use the Serenity blend to use the rollerball underneath my feet, behind my ears, kind of like spray on my bed. So it's a nice, restful, peaceful sleep. And it actually helps, it helps me have a nice, deep sleep. I was really surprised. I wasn't expecting that to ever happen or
Yeah.
for it to help me so much. I'm like, oh, how is it going to help me? But then it really does kind of set up a calm environment right before you go to bed. So
Yeah.
it helps a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I think like with the oils, we're actually training our brain. We're actually training our brain to these oils. So if like I use a certain oil every night, my brain knows like when that oil goes in, it's time to wind down and it's time to, it's time to
Mm-hmm.
calm down the body and then get into that restful state. So I
Yes.
mean, I think one day, you can use a diffuser one day and not use it ever again, but it's not going to help you. A lot of the natural lifestyle is consistency.
Right.
So we have to be consistently using these oils to really see the effects on our body overall. It's not like a one time, it's not medication. It's not a one
No, it's
time
not
medicine.
medication. It's not a
Yeah.
one-time deal.
Yeah.
It's just if you use it on a regular basis, you will see the change in your life too.
Yeah.
And then you're also setting up your day. Like for me in the morning, I'm busy going to work. Then after so I already have in my mind that this is what I'm going to do. Then I get ready. And just when I come down, it's a nice calming environment when I'm stepping down, put my shoes on, get my handbag, get in the car. I have a diffuser in the car. So as I'm driving to my appointments, it's just nice. It's just like the whole day is just going really well,
Yeah. I
so
love
it just
that.
works.
Yeah.
It works. It
Routines,
helps me.
the morning routine. I'd love to hear your morning routine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that helps me. And as for the adaptive, we were talking about adaptive
Yeah.
earlier. I use that on my mom. My mom's a senior, so I use the roll-on blend for her to kind of like calm her down throughout the day. So when I give her medication in the morning, then I'll give her the adaptive blend, the roll-on. I'll put it on her wrists and behind her ears, and she's pretty good throughout the day. It's like a nice balance for her.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's just so powerful when you can find those things that work.
Hmm.
That give you kind of that edge on the day is how I look at it.
Yeah.
Now and then, of course, the days, and then we get into bedtime. So aromatherapy is extremely powerful for bedtime. Again, we're like training our brain and helping our brain know when it's time to shut off and chill out and go to bed because we know that when we're sleeping, our body recuperates from the day. So sleeping gives our body the time and kind of the energy goes to the places in our body that need healing, that maybe we're kind of overworked during the day or just need a little extra love, right? So we need to get our sleep We need quantity of sleep. So that's hours of sleep. And that's a little bit different for everybody. So I don't ever like
Mm.
to say like, you need 8 hours of sleep. Some people don't need 8 hours of sleep for their body. But what I think is more important to me is the quality of those hours. So getting the quality sleep is what's going to be really, really beneficial. And, you want to wake up energized, so you need good sleep. So here we're just highlighting the Serenity soft gels. Again, Serenity is our is our restful blend, and we don't use that internally in the body as an oil. But what we have here is Serenity soft gels, which are specifically made to quiet the mind, to get the body into a restful state. So you can take like maybe you need 2 of these about 20 minutes before you go to bed to help you, to support you in that. And then, of course, you can use the oils. The oils are super powerful. Couple ways you can use oils for sleep. You can definitely put them in the diffuser, as Vinny mentioned, and just have that diffuser running. I like to turn it on again, like 20 minutes. Like I'll turn my diffuser on, then I'll go wash my face, and then come back, and my room just feels like this perfect setting for me to, crawl into bed. So I love that. The other way, as I'm getting into bed, I do roll oils at the bottom of my feet, at the soles of my feet. Oils draw up really well from the bottom of our feet. They're large pores, and so it's a nice way to give your body some oils. Some of the oils like cedarwood, I would say like cedarwood and vetiver. Vetiver is not on this graphic. I think I need to add it because vetiver is a very powerful sleep oil. It's a grass. And we know that as you look at the oils that are closer to the ground, that are sourced closer to the ground, those are going to be more grounding. There are low note oils. When you look at the ones that are like the wild oranges or the lemons, they are high note because, they're sourced from up there in the trees. So when you start learning about the oils, and we help teach you about this, you'll start learning about which oils might be better for your body for grounding. And then we, of course, have some herbs and other blends like Breathe, which can help you with your respiratory at night. So, you kind of like look at what's going on in your own body and what oils might support you. And it might be different oils on different nights, depending on what you had going on that day. So what I love about the oil doTERRA natural lifestyle is that it's very customizable. So I find that it's just really important to be in tune with your body when you're using the natural products.
I'm glad I made that change. So thank you, Munisha.
Oh gosh. I always feel like every person that makes the change, I'm like, when, like, yes, they're going, they're thinking about this. And I'm so glad that you said yes. So yeah, I mean, we're just gonna kind of like wrap up this presentation a little bit, but it's really important to make this a habit. You cannot change your body overnight, but you can give it the little bits every day to really move the needle on your health. Of course we want to live long, but we want to live well during those years. So just really important. And the house is it's your personal home, it's your personal space and your personal body. So that's where it's really easy to get started, just swapping out the products. Yeah, and so I think we're gonna kind of wrap it up by, here's the big question of the day, right? What are you willing to swap out? And where are you starting? So I'm gonna wrap my part up by saying thank you so much for either joining us live or watching the recording. Please do reach out to the person who shared this recording with you so that we can help you customize kind of how you want to get started and what you want to change in your daily life to get more into the natural lifestyle and getting yourself onto kind of the path of the next chapter in your wellness journey. So thanks a lot for joining.
Thank you for joining us. And what are you willing to swap out? Hope you have learned a few lessons here, how we can switch things and just make it really easy for you.
Great. Thanks so much, Vinny. I love being in this space with you.
Thank you. Thanks, Dawn.